Hi everyone, welcome to Plugged In, the podcast where we dive deep into the world of clean technology and the innovators driving its future. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with Sumin Zhu, the co-founder and CEO of Ampsera. With a background as a material scientist and entrepreneur, Sumin has led Ampsera in pioneering advancements in solid-state battery technology. Sumin, welcome to the podcast. How are you doing today?
Hi, Jasmine. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Good. Sumin, please start by introducing yourself, giving us a bit of an overview into your background.
Sure. Yeah. So my name is Sumin Zhu. I'm the co-founder and the CEO of Ampsera. So I'm a material scientist and engineer by training. Now, after I completed my PhD in 2008, I have worked in a number of jobs across multiple industries over the last 16 years. I'm actually a serial entrepreneur. So before co-founding Ampsera in 2017, my co-founder and I also founded another company called MSE Supplies, which is an e-commerce company that supplies advanced materials and laboratory products. And we have a customer base of more than 20,000 scientists and engineers, just like us, from all over the world. Right? So before starting my entrepreneurial journey, my previous corporate jobs actually included a variety of roles. So I took some leadership roles in R&D and then later transitioned into marketing, sales, and a strategic business management. And these roles were with all the global companies that are publicly traded. So if we look back to my initial involvement in clean energy, that actually started with my first job 16 years ago. At that time, I was working on developing advanced materials for the solar industry. And since then, I've always been working on sustainability and smart manufacturing. So I'm pretty excited about what I've done in the past and more excited about what we can do at Ampsera going forward.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Sumin. Yeah, you definitely got a really diverse background and had some really interesting roles in the past. Tell us a little bit more about Ampsera and kind of what Ampsera do.
Yeah. So I mentioned Ampsera is the company that I'm currently working on. So actually, we started Ampsera back in 2017. So at that time, I was working in the Silicon Valley. I had the opportunities to meet with a lot of people and saw a lot of industry trends. So electrification, in particular, the EV transition was pretty amazing. And then I was reading all the news and hear people talk about what's needed to really drive the EV adoption. And then I realized that the batteries are the critical component that makes EV attractive. However, the conventional lithium-ion batteries are not good enough. So they were very expensive, they were very heavy, and they're not quite safe. Right? At that time, we heard about lithium-ion batteries causing fires and cell phones like Samsung cell phones, and then Tesla EVs could catch fires. And so naturally, people wanted to develop a better battery technology for the EVs and other technologies. So then that's solid state batteries. Right? So basically what solid state batteries is, it is the liquid electrolyte used in the conventional lithium-ion batteries is replaced by the solid electrolyte. So the solid electrolyte materials are the key to make solid state batteries solid. Yeah. However, at that time, we didn't see any real companies providing solid state electrolyte materials. So then we were wondering, how do people really develop solid state batteries if no company is out there to really focus on the critical materials? So we saw that unmet market need. That's the exact motivation that led to our decision to quit our corporate jobs and then started Amsera
and go for
to
it.
focus on that core materials and to take it to the market.
Amazing. So you identified a gap in the market there, and you mentioned a few reasons why lithium ions aren't safe. But what would you say is the main influence that inspired you to co-found Amsera?
The influence, yeah. So as I just shared, I think the overall market opportunity is the electrification, and we saw, okay, if that's the mega trend, usually with a mega trend, it brings a lot of opportunities. And then we have to think about why we as a team, the Amsera team, can do that and can do that well. Okay, so getting back to solid electrolyte materials. So these the ceramic materials that are inorganic, very safe, and they replace the flammable liquid electrolyte in lithium-ion batteries. And so then the background of me and my co-founders, we are all material scientists by training. And we have spent our whole research career developing the expertise on ceramic materials, from the ceramic materials discovery, innovation, to the engineering and the manufacturing technology. And unlike some other startup teams, they usually come out of a university or a national lab, and then they start a company immediately. So myself and my co-founders, we have worked in the industry for quite a few years, and we've gained industry experience and we've gained business experience. So we know how to develop a technology in the lab, but more importantly, we know how to take the technology to mass production, how to take the products to the market to serve the customers. I think that's why we thought our team is well positioned to do this critical task to drive the transition from conventional lithium ion to solid state batteries.
And we've already seen so much success so far, Sumin, with Amsera. But what are your business growth plans for the next few years, 3-5 years? What's next?
Yeah, thanks for your kind words. I wouldn't say we have been very successful, but we've definitely got some initial tractions in the last short few years because of our focus on taking the technology to the market. I believe today Amsera is the company that has attracted the highest number of customers globally to really purchase our products. So to be specific, we have more than 200 customers from all over the world. That includes some of the automotive companies, battery manufacturers, and of course, a lot of people who work in the R&D space in both academia and industry. So the reason that we attracted so many customers is exactly because of our mission to take the technology and the products to the market. We don't see a lot of other companies do that. They like to keep things secret, and then they will tell people they're going to bring something amazing to the market. We believe in delivering the best products and technologies to the market as early as possible. And another important reason of doing that is by delivering our products and technology to the market, it has helped us as a small technology team to work with some of the biggest companies and most successful companies in the industry across the value chain to really accelerate the technology development for solid state batteries. So that's what we're very excited about. So looking forward, we will continue this journey, and now we wanted to put more focus on working with specific business partners to take the technology to some end use products. So for example, we would work with some cell manufacturing companies to use our materials and use our integration technologies to build cells. So then we can expect that in the next few years, there will be products like wearable products or other consumer electronics products. Yeah, that are with Amsera solid electrolyte inside. Hey, so we like to
amazing. I can't wait to see that.
Yep.
Well, it certainly sounds like a lot of success to me, Sumin. But I can imagine with all this success, there's also some challenges from bringing a material that's so innovative as solid state batteries. So tell me a little bit about some of the challenges that you faced on this journey.
Yeah, sure. It's definitely not an easy journey. So if it's easy, then all the problems would have already been solved. And then, so talking about the challenges, I think for Amsera as a technology team, so we're not a manufacturing company, at least today. So we're a technology focused team. We can develop the technology, and we also develop the materials manufacturing technology. So we can do small scale production up to 10 tons, 20 tons, maybe up to 100 tons per year capacity. But that's nowhere close to high volume manufacturing. Okay? So the challenge for us is we will not be pursuing high volume productions by ourselves only. Okay. We wanted to work with industry partners. So for example, companies who have high volume manufacturing experience in the battery materials space, or just in general, the chemical industries. So they have the expertise of doing manufacturing scale up. And so we would want to work with them to take our technology to scale. Okay. So that's one. The other challenge is really to work with the customers or our battery cell manufacturing partners to use our solid electrolyte and build solid state batteries that actually work and can be used in end products. So again, we would not be the company to do that alone. We wanted to work with cell manufacturers. For example, some of the leading cell manufacturers globally to transfer the technology from Amsera to those cell manufacturing companies so they can bring our technologies and our solid electrolyte to the market through their cell manufacturing expertise. So together, we will be successful. The execution is the key. Right?
Yeah. Got it. Amazing. Great. Well, thank you for giving us that intro into Amsera and some of the successes and challenges that you faced. Maybe moving on to your personal journey as an entrepreneur. You mentioned your background in material scientist. How did your transition from being a material scientist to an entrepreneur? What were some of those challenges that you faced during that transition?
Okay, that's a great question. Yeah, I think I may not be the only person who is interested in pursuing a business career. But the reality is, I know a lot of scientists and engineers like me. We went to school for engineering degree or a science degree. So naturally, when we finished our degree, usually the first job is a R&D job or engineering job, right, or research job. So that's pretty common. Okay. So for me, I think that's a natural transition from graduate school to the industry. I would say the decision that I made to pursue an industry job was very important. So I went to work in the industry, and then that's where I got to learn from a lot of people around me in the company. So those are the people who are both engineers and non-engineering professionals. It could be like business management people, sales people, marketing people. So you can learn a lot from the people around you. Right? So I didn't want to limit myself only to do the bench work in the lab. So I exposed myself to the opportunities to work with other people from other departments And also I had the opportunities to visit our manufacturing facilities. So to work with people who work in manufacturing operations, that's a whole different world compared to doing R&D work in the lab. Right? And also, since I was working on developing new products, the reason myself and then our team was doing new product development is to take the products to the market. So I had the opportunities to travel with our salespeople and marketing people to visit customers. And sometimes we went there to run trials of our new products. So that kind of experience also helped me to understand the customer's needs, right? What the customers wanted. So it's not always that what we wanted to sell to the customer that matters. It's what customers' pain points, what problems we can help them to solve. That's more important. So all of that, I think, looking back over the last like 16 years, I worked in different roles. That's very important for me as an individual to learn a lot really from the people around me.
Yeah, as you said, I can imagine, all of those opportunities and exposure has then helped fuel the success of Ampsera as well, and you've brought that into your business. So completely valuable. If you could do anything differently in your career journey, what would that be?
Well, to be honest, I don't regret on the things that I did in the past or the career choices I made. I think it's actually very important for me to first work in engineering, in product development, before I transitioned my career into marketing, business, and general management. I think a combination of these kind of roles and experiences really prepared me well to be an entrepreneur. So if I didn't do all of these, I would not feel confident enough to take on an entrepreneurial journey.
True. Okay, well, thanks for sharing that, Sumin. In terms of personally and professionally, how do you stay current or ahead with innovations and trends within the sector?
Well, so I think we all know that the world is changing very quickly. There's a lot of innovations and developments from all over the world. So for myself, I enjoy reading. So I spend at least a couple of hours a day to read and to learn from all kinds of sources. It can be books, it can be articles written by other people. I also watch some YouTube videos or listen to podcasts like the one we're doing. So all of these sources just help us to learn from the best and the brightest in the world. And I think what's important for me is I didn't want to limit my learning only in our industry. So if I only read and learn from our industry, so be specific, let's say the battery industry or the energy storage industry, or even clean tech as a broad industry, that can be rather limited. But I actually read across many different industries to understand how things have been evolving and how the different people in different industries are doing their business and what kind of macro trends they're seeing. Right? I think that kind of knowledge and information that we can learn and borrow is very, very important for us to do the right decisions and take the right actions in what we do to be successful. I think if we just look at our own industry, it's easy to fall into the trap of a like tunnel vision trap. So we don't know what's going on in other industries, and then we just believe what we believe. That can be very dangerous.
No, I like that answer. And I think you're right. I think it's really easy to stay kind of comfortable within your sector or industry and only research and become an expert in that field and not kind of branch out and look what other sectors are doing. So yeah, I completely agree. In terms of your personal journey, Sumin, what initially drew you to the field of material scientist? I know there was a gap in the market that you identified, but what initially drew you to that sector?
Well, that's a great question. I think that this goes all the way back to pre-college days.
Okay.
When I was a high school student, I actually read some books about technology innovations. So back then, so I went to college in 1998. So at that time, people were talking about what would be the cutting edge technologies in the 21st century. So I think material science was recognized as one of the top industries or technology fields. The other two are, I think, information technology and biotechnology. So I wasn't too crazy about writing codes. So IT wasn't my passion, and I also didn't feel too excited about biology stuff. But material science was really fascinating. So I learned that with material science, it actually solves a lot of problems, and it's a lot of new possibilities. So I read about stories related to sending like space shuttles to the outer space, and the space shuttles would need the ultra high temperature materials to shield the space shuttle from the high temperature from the surface, so the inside doesn't get overheated or melted. Right? And then I also read about like parts that people use to build medical implants that go into human bodies, like
Wow.
to replace bones or heal people. And yeah, there were other really fascinating applications, like nanomaterials that would go into human bodies to treat cancers, like targeted treatment instead of using very high dose radiation or chemical treatment that can hurt people's bodies. So I found, wow, that's something I wanted to be part of. So yeah,
I can see why. It sounds incredible. It sounds fascinating. Back then, did you have any idea that this would lead into your own company? Have you always had that entrepreneurial mindset?
Well, when I was a high school student, I didn't think that much.
Not really.
But I thought at least I wanted to study material science as a college student. So I got into college and enrolled in material science and engineering. So that's a good start. So after 4 years, I actually decided to continue my study for a graduate program. So I did all of the undergraduate and master's studies in China at some of the best programs in China before I came to the US to pursue my PhD studies. Yeah, so actually my PhD research was on the ultra high temperature ceramics for space shuttles and missiles and for the hypersonic applications.
Amazing. And since then, you've won several awards, including Missouri's S&T 30 under 30. What are your biggest achievements to date? What are some achievements that you're really proud of?
Well, so that was back in my graduate school days. I think the university nominated me to be a candidate for the worldwide best PhD dissertation award. So I was actually one of the 78 finalists worldwide to be considered as the PhD dissertation award. Of course, I didn't win that, but I was a finalist. Yeah, so in the graduate school days, I was doing mostly research and published quite a lot of papers, and I went to conferences and presented 15 presentations and I finished my PhD in 3 years. I think I did a fairly good job in PhD research. But I think what I felt more excited about is the more entrepreneurial experience I had over the last 10 years. So as I mentioned before Amsera, so my co-founder and I actually started the other company called MSE Supplies. So today, that company is serving scientists and engineers globally, more than 20,000 of them. And then we are really enabling the innovation that's done by these smart people all over the world. So the work they do are really making the world a better place. I think that's very exciting. But even more exciting for us is the journey we're on with Amsera. So we believe that for the other company, we've taken it so far to get a lot of customers use our products and services. But for Amsera, now our vision is really to hit not 20,000 customers, but 20 million end users by the time we hit our 10 years anniversary, which would be 2027.
Well, that leads me really nicely into my next question and kind of next section of the podcast, which is all about the future of Amsera. So what's next for Amsera? What's on the horizon?
Well, so we are actually currently working very closely with some business partners. We are working with them to take the technology developed at Amsera to mass production. So specifically, Amsera produces the solid electrolyte materials, and we also have developed the integration technology to use our solid electrolyte to build solid-state battery cells. In the Amsera lab, we have demonstrated the cell-level performance. We can build prototype cells. We can demonstrate the long cycle life, fast charging capabilities, and good safety, and all those benefits that people are looking for from solid-state batteries. So now is the time that we work with high volume manufacturers to transfer what Amsera has developed into mass production. So that's what we'll be focusing on in the next 1 to 2 to 3 years. But we do believe that with this kind of joint efforts between Amsera and the high volume manufacturing companies, we will be able to take the technology to the market in the next 1 or 2 years. And then gradually we'll have more people using the products that's powered by the Amsera technology.
Exciting. I can't wait for the next few years and, to follow you on this journey, Sumin. It's so exciting.
Thank you.
That kind of wraps up everything in regards to Amsera. Just to end the podcast with some advice for other entrepreneurs in the space, and for those that are looking to start their own clean tech ventures, what's the most important piece of advice that you would offer?
So the most important advice I would offer is to work with great people. Don't go on this journey by yourself. Because I think somebody said if you want to go far, you want to go together with other people. So if you want to go fast, go by yourself, but you may not get where you want to be. So I really appreciate all the people that I've worked with along the way in this entrepreneurial journey. That includes my co-founders and the advisors, mentors, and also our great team members at Amsera and our business partners who work with us. Right? So again, think about this journey as a team effort, not a one person effort.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, as you said, with your journey to Amsera, it's all those people and all those opportunities along the way that has really shaped where you are now and that end goal. And I think you're right, having the right people around you is really what's going to help you be successful.
Yep. Yeah, and finding the right talents.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we have been very fortunate to have a lot of great people working with us. And going forward, as Amsera continues to grow, we will continue to look for talents, the people who are passionate about what we do, and we want to work together to really take this technology to the market sooner better than later.
And that's a great end note. Thank you so much, Sumin, for joining us on this episode of Plugged In. I've really enjoyed speaking with you. It's been a pleasure digging a little bit deeper into Amsera and your plans for the next 12 months. So thanks again, and we really appreciate you taking some time to speak with us.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you, Jasmine, for giving me this opportunity to be on the podcast.